Hey everyone, Andrew back again, and it's Saturday, so I'm back with another slasher review as part of the TheHORROrmans Slashback Slasher Challenge series. And this week's theme was, or is, birthday slashers. And talk about perfect timing, because Joe had his birthday this week and so did I, so happy birthday to the both of us. Now, we actually had a couple of options here, because when Joe initially announced this week's theme, I thought immediately that everyone was going to be reviewing Happy Birthday to Me. But no, we had a couple of options, so we could have either reviewed a birthday themed slasher, or we could have reviewed a slasher movie from the year we were born. So lots of options, really no excuse for everyone not to partake this week. So yeah, hopefully a lot of you guys get reviewing for this week's theme, because it is a good one. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to be reviewing the Banana Splits. So this week's theme, Joe, talk about perfect timing, because this one just came out over here in Australia. I've been eagerly anticipating checking this one out ever since it got announced earlier in the year. And yeah, picked it up, watched it, and you're about to find out what I think of this film. So the Banana Splits, it centres around 9-year-old Harley, who's having a birthday party. And as a birthday present, his family decide to take him to a live recording of his favourite show, The Banana Splits. So Harley's obsessed with The Banana Splits. They're his favourite childhood TV show characters. He loves the show, he's obsessed, and he thinks this is the greatest birthday present ever. However, things don't quite go to plan for Harley, or the rest of the audience for that matter, because things turn pretty deadly pretty quickly. The show's producer has recently announced that the show is going to be cancelled. The Banana Splits aren't having any of this, they're not happy, and they decide to take matters into their own hands and start killing everyone within this TV production studio. So that's the storyline behind Banana Splits. Now we'll move on to what I thought of this one. So as I said at the beginning of the video, this got announced earlier in the year. The trailer looked awesome, the premise sounded awesome, and I was eagerly anticipating watching this. And I'll say right from the get-go, this one was awesome and it definitely lived up. It actually surpassed pretty much every expectation that I had for it. So being a, I guess, not really a child-themed slasher movie, but since this one involved like a kid's show and children, I wasn't really expecting it to be overly gory or brutal in terms of the kills. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit toned down. Not the case whatsoever. Yeah, wow, we'll get to that later on in the review. First of all though, we'll talk a little bit about the location. So for most of the movie it was set within the Banana Splits production studio, and I thought that was a pretty awesome location for a slasher movie. And it was utilised really, really well, I thought. So, yeah, I really, really liked the location on this one. As for the characters, I was pretty impressed, to be honest, especially from the child actors. They were all really, really good. Harley actually turned out to be pretty badass. He actually helped his family throughout this movie, which I really, really liked. They didn't really shy away from any of the children getting involved with the slasher action, which again, I wasn't expecting, but I was really, really impressed with. So, pretty standard characters, I guess. The children were all really, really good though. Harley's brother was pretty awesome. The workers at the production studio, they were all really, really good. The mother was really awesome. The father was a fucking asshole though. Right from the get-go, he was a dickhead, and I was like, I cannot wait for you to die, buddy, and I hope it's a fucking brutal death. So yeah, the father was an absolute arse, but character wise I was pretty impressed, to be honest, and the acting was really, really good as well. What really impressed me about this movie was there were three things that really, really impressed me with this. One was the killers. I thought it was a fucking genius idea to have a television show characters turn into psychotic killers, and it was done so well. The Banana Splits were awesome as killers, and I love the fact that there was multiple banana split characters doing the killing. So there was 4 banana split characters in total. One was kind of a good character who ended up helping in the end. The other 3 were maniac killers, and they all did kills, which was awesome. So I loved the banana split killers in this. Absolute genius idea to have a television show themed, children's show themed characters turn into killers. Brilliant and pretty unique as well. The other thing that I was really impressed with and kind of wasn't expecting was the kills and the gore. This one had a pretty high body count, but it was extremely gory, and the gore looked really good. There was one kill in particular involving a saw blade that was super gory, and it definitely took me by surprise. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say as this is a kid-themed slasher, but since children were involved and since it was based around a children's TV show, I was kind of expecting them to at least have the kills a little bit toned down, but not at all. They didn't hold back, and yeah, the kills were awesome and good variety with the kills as well, so I was super impressed with that. The other thing that I kind of wasn't expecting is this was a pretty mean-spirited film, honestly. There were some scenes within this film that were just pure mean-spirited. There was basically at the beginning of the movie, when they're filming the final television show for the Banana Splits, there's a few different segments in the show, and there's one where they go on this sort of like little obstacle course kind of thing. Well, 2 injured adult victims were made to do this course, and that scene I thought was extremely mean-spirited. And then there was another scene later on in the movie where the children had to watch one of their victims, and that was pretty mean-spirited as well. So yeah, that caught me off guard. The gore caught me off guard. Amazing gore, very gory. The kills, good variety, very brutal, and yeah, there were some really sort of nasty and mean-spirited scenes throughout this movie as well, which again surprised me considering the theme behind this film. So yeah, all in all, I thought this was an absolutely awesome modern slasher, and a pretty unique one at that, centered around the Banana Splits characters and television show, which was really cool. So you don't really see too many modern horror movies like this, especially ones that involve young children, so props to that. They certainly didn't hold back on this one, and yeah, I thought this was absolutely fantastic. So if you yet to check this one out, obviously from this review, I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's pretty much my review and thoughts on the Banana Splits. So if you've seen this movie, let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. And if you haven't seen this one yet, do yourself a favour, go out and pick it up ASAP and check it out, because it is absolutely awesome. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, that's been my review for the Banana Splits. Until next Saturday when I'll be back with another slasher review, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching.